Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Dave, DLC Dave, and welcome to the 11th episode, the 11th chapter of my Rise of the Phoenix Football Manager 2017 Let's Play with Phoenix Sports Football Club as we aim to take Phoenix Sports from the Isthmian First Division North to the Premier League, hopefully, and beyond. Now then, as you can see on the screen, it's a big day on my calendar, always. I've got it marked down. It's a big day for us. It is Regen Day. So what have we got? We've got some decent players. Let's have a look at them right now. So as you can see, we're on the youth candidate screen. It's 28th of February. The Regens have just come through, and as you can see, our best player is George Dennison, and I'm pretty excited about this young man. He is a 16-year-old centre back, can also play right back, and he's got two-star current ability already. And my coaches think he is a very good player, and he's already suited to the league above us. He can play, yeah. I see him as a ideal partner really for Matthew Johnson, who is left-footed, and I'm hoping that when I saw him, I thought yes, those two together, Dennison and Johnson, protecting the Phoenix Sports goal for years to come. Other than that, we have Jacob Wilson, who looks to be a very decent left winger. Could be a very useful player for us, given the some of the injuries we've had, some of the bad news, which I'll go through in a couple of minutes. There's also Jay Weaver, who is a striker, again, useful. He can also play on either flank, which is always a useful trait. Again, he may be useful given some of the injuries we've got right now. Jimmy Gale, who is not as good as Dennison for centre up, but again he can play right back and left back, and is a decent player. I think he will be a good player for us and be a really good utility option. Bit of a John O'Shea type, hopefully better than him, but that type of character who's a little bit can play a bit all across the back line, always useful. The midfielder we've got here is Jonathan Ofori. Now, he's not rated very highly by the coaches, but I actually think he looks quite good. 14 passing, 17 teamwork, good determination, some decent physicals, particularly speed. His stamina is pretty good. His first touch is okay. I think he's going to be a good player for us. There's loads of room to develop. He's only 16, but I think he'll be a decent centre mid for us. See, he's probably best off. I think he could play good as a deep line playmaker with that 14 pass. He needs to work on his vision. But other than that, I'm quite excited about him. Looking down the list now, there is Mike Scully, who is a reasonable goalkeeper, but I don't think he's as good as Olawale or Jake Bradford, who we already have at the club. There's Erivaldo Andrews, who's a fantastic first name. A wide man, but realistically, it's going to be a challenge for him to push. There's quite a lot of what ones, twos, threes, and fours there. It's a little bit on the low side. Ian Douglas, who is a reasonable centre back. He's got some decent mental stats. Physically, he's okay. Needs to work on some of his technical side, but he's not too bad. And just so you can also play up front. Oh my word, yes. You can play up top. That's what I like to see. I'm a midfielder, so he's basically a Dion Dublin. Just his his positional chart is like a spike. Ian Spike Douglas. But I say we're getting towards the players that aren't going to be interested in really. The one that did catch my eye is Ronaldo Murray. There's another Ronaldo. Unfortunately, he's not quite as good as Ronaldo Boyce. This one is Jamaican. We seem to attract Ronaldos at Phoenix Sports. I'm fine with that, but hopefully if they can be a little bit better, that would be ideal. I don't see him breaking into it again. The rest of these are probably just going to be players who will be supplementing the youth teams more than anything. But for sure, probably I'd say those top five players there will go into the first team squad and be involved next year. Or well, for George Jennison, they'll probably be involved this year, given his current quality. So that rounds off Regens. I think I'm pleased. I wanted a centre back for sure. That was a big position I wanted. I also wanted a midfielder, and I feel like Ofori offers that. We've also got a few players who can play in a few different positions, like Jimmy Gale, because there's an option at right back if we should need it. And if we go into the team now we get into some of the bad news. Now, want you to brace yourself. If you follow me on Twitter at DLCDave1, you will have already seen this. But Dan Ryder has damaged Achilles tendon, out for between 5 and 6 months. So he's going to miss. Well, he'll be back probably for next season, but it's still a huge, huge blow for him and us. He's been an absolutely fantastic player. 46 goals this season, 32 in the league. Just a stunning, stunning striker at this level, and it will obviously stunt his development somewhat. Hopefully not too much as he's still young, but never what you want to see. And almost straight away after that, Tom Anderson broke his ankle, 4 to 5 months. Another player will be missing the rest of the season. Not the same as Dan Ryder, in fact, because he is already 28, so he'll be 29 by the time next season starts. But he is still a very key player. He's a four-star current ability player, so both of those are going to be a miss for us. And to be honest, again, we are stretched. Now, as you might be able to see from this list, and as we are past January, we have saw Regen Cole. He has left the club. If I show you how much we were able to get for him, and you might be able to guess there about how much we got. We got a huge fee, more than I could have anticipated. £3.1 million. West Ham, not all up front, but it is coming. If you look at the clauses, we get paid £200,000 per month for the next 11 months, so that'll just keep going up and up and up. And it means the finances are exceptionally healthy right now, and we're using that to try. I'm using that every chance I get to go and ask the board for an extra coaching slot, build a new stadium. Why not something? Because we're obviously not going to spend it on players, so I want that money to be used where we can to build as a building upwards. So yeah, I'm pleased with the Regen Day. Obviously not pleased with some of the injuries we've been having. It's a tough thing to deal with. In terms of how we've been going on since the last game, that last game you saw was a 3-0 home defeat to West Brom in the FA Cup fourth round. Since then we've played quite a few games, and we've won all of them apart from the very last one. Now I think I did say I was going to bring you the Walton Casuals game, which was set to be at the end around this time, at the end of February. Unfortunately, once again, that got moved. And so as Regen Day came up and we have a game on Regen Day, I figured it would be a good thing to sort of combine it with a game. So today we play Staines. I think it's Staines Town, yes. As you might have noticed, if you have been eagle-eyed, I have put in a badge pack. So we now actually have the Phoenix Sports logo along with all the other logos in the league. So I was quite proud of myself that I was able to do that. So we're going very well in the league. We're actually pretty close, I think, to being confirmed as promoted. I think it's Malden and Tiptree who have 10 games left, so they can get to 98 points. So we're maybe 2 games away, I'd say, perhaps, from that being confirmed. Unfortunately, as it is Regen Day and they only youth candidates, they are ineligible, I believe, to play a game today. If I move George Jones into the senior squad, yeah, he's ineligible. Because he's technically deemed as on trial. But those players will all be signed up, and once the game goes through its trial game day, whatever it's called, so I'll just move him back to the under 18s or wherever. But they will join the club. Well, join the first team pretty soon. Those 5 players who I mentioned before. So we'll just get to the game now, and just bear with me a second because obviously we're not there because I wanted to bring you Regen Day basically live. So we'll just get to that game now. Okay, guys. So we are now at the game. This is a team I've selected. Olawale in goal, Long and Espinosa as the fullbacks, Lane Love and Johnson at the back, Peacock and Sinton in midfield, Herbert, Phillips and Smith in behind Alan Skinner. Now, Alan Skinner has shown himself to be a very, very able deputy to Dan Ryder. He is a very, very good striker for the league. He's just not as good as Dan. That's simply what it is. He's just behind him in the pecking order, but he has, when he's played, he has always produced the goods. He's 6-6 in the league, or 6-6 starts in the league, and 13 starts in overall. So we'll get into the game now. Hopefully, it should be a fairly comfortable win. I think Staines are towards the lower end of the league. You don't often see teams playing a different formation than 4-4-2 in this division. I'm gonna be honest, it's generally teams who do it just seems to just be I see 4-4-2s every single time, but they're going for a bit of a 3-5-2, 5-3-2, depending on how those wing backs are set, but we'll see how we get on against them. Do a team talk, have faith. They're happy. They're happy. We're all happy. All right then, let's go. So it'll be the highlight will move on, yes, and we'll get into the game. Well, this is starting off again. It's if you're watching this back, it doesn't make any sense to you, but it's actually been 1 week since I started making these videos, and it's been so much fun to do. I think I've said before, I never realized how much I'd actually enjoy making them and editing them and adding in little clips and things. It's so fun to do, and I am really hopeful that you guys are enjoying it, and it seems like you are. So while you are, I'll keep doing it, and I will keep doing because I'm having so much fun myself. While I'm rambling on here, looks like we do have a chance. And Chris Hinton, and how did he save that? Oh, whoa, I'm going back. I'm taking that right back. How did he save it? Oh, there we are. Yes, I might not even be able to do it because is this the same chance? Phillips, it went out to Herbert, didn't it? Out for the. I'm not sure if this is even the same highlight. I don't think it is. No, no, it's not. All right, lost in the ether. Never mind. I couldn't believe that second shot from Phillips was saved. It looked like it was just gonna have to be a tap in, but I think the keeper was somehow got a block on it. And now Staines come forward. He lobs it over to Lawford. Although I probably didn't need to save that, but I suppose he just wasn't quite sure of his angles. And now they get a corner. Goff will whip it in. He does so. Phillips clears, and then Skinner can bring it away. I'm not sure if anything's going to come of this, as I think the chance has already been and gone. But we'll see. Yep, that's it. Goff has another corner, puts it in. Olawale claims this time. He is good at that. I do find he does seem to come out and take charge quite a bit. That's not really taking charge of that. That is pretty woeful from Gary Espinoza. Forgot his first name then. Sorry, Gaz. Now then, Nathan Smith has a bit of space on his left-hand side. Decides to not use it, essentially, but a pretty poor passage of play all round there. The pass wasn't that good. The defending was shocking, and the finish was even worse. But we have there's another chance coming up here. As Gary Espinoza has the ball, pass it to Sinton, into Phillips, who finds Skinner. He is tackled though, but it's cleared not much to anyone, and Sean Long will retrieve. Peacock up to Sinton, now wide to Espinoza. He comes inside. He runs into trouble. They are packing the middle. Probably a good system to play against us, given how narrow our general play is. We do, they see how the amount of players they have in and around their within the width of the 18-yard box. But it looks like Phillips is taking a shot on here. Will this go into the net? What do you think? What do you reckon? Here, here, or up here somewhere? Let's see. Oh, it's into the top corner. My word, Paul Phillips, his 20th of the season. He's really stepped out of Adam Alms's shadow since he left, and he's just shown himself to be a really good quality player. Skinner found him really nicely, a little reserve pass, first pass, and our first time, that was Steven Gerrard-esque. Absolutely fantastic from Paul Phillips, and now we have a free kick here, and it's put in, and all of a sudden this game has absolutely come alive in the last couple of minutes. Paul Herbert there, a 6'7" wide forward, you'd say, striking that free kick with aplomb. Turner got a hand to, but couldn't keep it out. And we're going to half time now. I've probably been a little bit frustrated to suddenly being 2 goals up. And there it is, a half time lead now. We're going to we're going to say we're happy. Players are happy. I'm happy now. I wasn't particularly during the half. We didn't do a great deal, but we are now in a really strong position. And now Staines have to come out and attack us, you'd think, which should leave more space for us to get in behind in the second half, I hope. But it looks like there's not time is ticking down a little bit. We're gonna now one thing that has got the injuries and the sale of Regen Haston is limited options in midfield. That's why it was fairly important that we did get someone to play in midfield. So it may be that my one signing in this close season is a midfielder, because I just think that we maybe do need somebody in there just because of the lack of numbers. So we made 2 changes. He brought Ben Beachy on, and he brought Mitchell Kinnear, just as a lot, just to freshen things up there. Looks like time is going to tip down at a 2-0 win. Apart from that little spell we had in the last few minutes, it's been a very, very uneventful second half. Nothing's gone on. And there's the full-time whistle. So I cut that there, but it was a very, very long end of game highlight, and I've saved you from it, to be honest. I wish I could save myself from it, but it's a good 2-0 win here. Moves on to 92 points for the season, almost nearing that 100 goal mark, which is really pleasing. And we are not far off securing promotion. So then, that leaves us now. We've got something like 12 games to play. I think, given that we're at the FA Trophy, the next game, it may be similar to last season. That the next game will probably be if we reach it'll be either the Isthmian League Cup final or it'll be the last game of the season against Burgess Hill. Yes, I think that's all I have to do. We do have Corinthian Casuals in the Isthmian League Cup. Now they are actually in the league below us, so that should be a fairly comfortable thing. I mean, we should go and win this really, because obviously it's an Isthmian League Cup, so the highest level teams that are going to be involved in it are in our league, and we are fairly dominant in this league. So I would say that I would make us strong favourites to go and win. But we'll have to see. We've got to go and do it. It's not paid on paper, this beautiful game of ours. But that brings us to the end of the episode. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Follow me on Twitter at DLCDave1. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.